Hi, it's Alaska Granny. I wanted to share with you some ideas today about some prepper pantry meals, shelf meals, and sometimes I prepackage them into Ziploc bags and have them in the pantry, all the ingredients in one bag so that I can grab and go and make the meal right away. I don't have to worry about what's for dinner, do I have the ingredients, where are things. Sometimes we might be very busy or we just don't feel like cooking. You can go in your prepper pantry, grab one of the shelf meals, and start preparing dinner. A simple way to put your meals together ahead of time can be to take a Ziploc bag and then you lay out the ingredients that are all shelf stable, put them in the bag together. One of the last trips to the lower 48, I found these little boxes at the Dollar Tree, and they're perfect for putting the spices and seasonings in it, and you can add that into your bag. You could also save some of your small spice containers. Once they're empty, you could use those. If you're using an old spice container, make sure you put some sort of label on it so that you know that it isn't, say, cinnamon, but it's your taco seasoning. This is also an easy way to have meals ready for camping. And if you wanted to go camping, you could add some paper plates, some napkins, a few utensils, and then look at the tops of your cans. Some of them are pop tops, but they may not all be. You may want to include a simple can opener. It can be as simple as the P38 or P51. The military style can openers, you may have even had some of those if you were ever in Scouts. They take up almost no room, they're handy, and it could really be an important ingredient to your meals if you're preparing them, say, over a camping stove instead of in your kitchen at home. Stock your pantry with a large variety of ingredients, but then you need to make sure that you utilize those ingredients. We want to use the foods, we want to rotate the other foods and then replace them so that we continue to have a fresh stockpile of food. You can't just buy it and hoard it away, because that's not prepping, that's hoarding. When you buy the foods, you have a way you're going to use them, and these meal ideas are a great way to rotate the foods that you have in your prepper pantry. And that's what I've been doing. I've been preparing a few meals over the summer that utilize these foods so that I can rotate and replace them. So you can even start with breakfast. How about biscuits and gravy? Get a package of biscuit mix that you just add water, a can of Libby sausage gravy, add a can of fruit that you like, and I've even added an additional snack of some yogurt-covered raisins. And you're going to have a nice filling meal that can see you through the start of your day and get you going even with a snack in your pocket if you want to save your yogurt-covered raisins until later. Beefaroni Chili is a great way to use up some of your canned foods for a nice big filling meal. You need 1 can of beefaroni, a can of cream corn, a can of kidney beans, a can of diced tomatoes, and 2 tablespoons of chili powder. And that's where I use one of the little Dollar Tree containers to put the 2 tablespoons of chili powder right into the bag with this meal. Heat it all the way through, let it simmer a few minutes, and then you can spoon it up, serve it into a bowl. You can top it with cheese if you have some, or include a jar of the cheesy dip. Add a jar of the cheesy dip and you can spoon it right on top of your meal. It's a little spicy, so think about that before you add it if you don't like things super spicy. One of my favorite things to make that's so simple is white bean chicken chili. You can have a can of chicken, a can of white beans, either Great Northern or cannellini. I use about a half a jar of salsa verde, which is green salsa. And this is great because you can even use it with leftover chicken. If you have some in the freezer or you had a rotisserie chicken and you have some left from a meal, you can add that as well. But this is fine just with a can. Stir it together, heat it through. You could serve it on a burrito, you could serve it over rice, or you could just serve it straight into a bowl. And I love it. This is one of my favorites that I like to make out of the prepper pantry. It's so simple and it's easy to make. And so try it if you haven't ever made the white bean chicken chili. Another simple recipe is Italian beans and rice. Lots of times we have beans and rice, but we don't think of them as Italian. Start with a can of Italian diced tomatoes, a can of white beans, cannellini or Great Northern. Add 1/4 teaspoon of Italian seasoning and 1/4 cup of water. Then you bring that all to a boil and add a half a cup of rice. Put on the lid and let it simmer for 20 or 25 minutes and you have your Italian beans and rice. This can be a main dish as it is, or you could cut up some Italian sausages and stir it in, or even serve it with some chicken parmesan. I always say if you see something you think might be good, buy one and take it home and try it. And if you like it, you can always go back and get more. Well, I bought a package of Knorr cheesy bacon macaroni, and I thought this would be great to make with a little can of ham. Because the Knorr cheesy bacon macaroni calls for milk, I'm adding Nido fortificata, which is a powdered milk. That's the powdered milk that I like. You can use whatever powdered milk that you like, or even a package of the shelf-stable milk. You could use a can of evaporated milk. I like having just the amount I need measured out of the Nido fortificata. Have you ever opened these little cans of ham before? They don't look particularly appetizing, but guess what? They're very tasty. Once I get the macaroni all cheesy and almost done, then I'm going to add the can of ham, break it up a little bit and stir it in, and then let it simmer until the meat is all warmed. People in my family that like ham thought this was outstanding because they like the bacon and the ham flavor. So now the Knorr cheesy bacon macaroni is on my list of foods I need to find again and add to my Prepper Pantry stockpile. These are all simple, basic meals that just about anyone can make out of things that you can have in your Prepper Pantry. You can also use meal extenders. You can cook more macaroni. You can cook up some more rice. You could even have a package of instant mashed potatoes and serve some of this with that on the side, or pour it over it, or mix it in. It depends on how many people you have, how hungry you are, and how far you're trying to stretch your grocery dollars. It just makes sense to have extra meals put together in your pantry, whether you stack them together into a Ziploc bag and have them on a shelf together, or you just have it on a recipe card and you know that you can go in and grab 1, 2, 3, and you're ready to make dinner. It's all what works for you, but have ideas ready to go so that you know how to use the foods that you're stockpiling. Don't just buy foods because they're on sale or because other people say that that's what you should have in your Prepper Pantry. Filling your Prepper Pantry is like a puzzle. You want to fill in the puzzle pieces with the foods that you enjoy eating, that you know how to cook and you're willing to serve, your family is willing to eat. And everybody's tastes are unique. And so what I want may not be what you want, and vice versa. So figure out what you do want, easy to make meals, how to make those meals work for you. So use your foods, rotate and replace your foods, and then keep adding to your stockpile so that you're going to have the foods that you need no matter what the future holds. We don't know what's coming, but we want to make each day be as pleasant as possible. And one way to do that is to have meals ready to go in our Prepper Pantry stockpile. Leave a comment below of some easy to prepare meals that you make for your family from your Prepper Pantry. If you enjoyed my video, I hope you'll share it with someone else you think might like it. Please subscribe to the Alaska Granny channel.